put this thing in. So let's talk about progress. So we're building a lot of these guys right here. So we finally got the contact boards that go right here. They are amazing. I have a few somewhere. Let me show them to you. So where are they? You have a contact board? They're inside?
Yeah, over there.
Over there. So tonight it's me and Ivan and Renee, one of our operators here at R&D. Here we go. It looks so beautiful. It's the contact board off the cap, you know, the switch off cap. And I'll show you guys, I don't care, because there's nothing out of this world about here other than we filed a patent because it's a cool idea on the locking mechanism. Oh shit, let me see. Where is the machine? What did I do? Oh, it lived there right here. So, this is the cap that goes right over here. Right, so this one we made it here in house. Out of a blank of PCB. So we machined that one. And there you go. I just dropped it. So this one is the new one. And as you can see, we have a pin right there, right? So when you turn the cap, thank you, Ivan. So when you turn the cap, positive goes up. Panasonic battery only. Don't use any other batteries because, you know, we designed them for these batteries. These are great batteries. And I'm show you. So when I turn the machine boots up, turns on, and then, you know, you can start going by your day, work, you know, do whatever you want to do. But when the battery is charged, and I'm not even gonna push the off button. When the battery, when you're done for the day and you want to preserve battery life, you do this. Twist to the other side, and now that's it. You know, you kill the battery. So remember, this machine, we have them on the website at fkirons.com until the end of the month, or probably we're gonna cut off sooner because we saw a lot of them already for $5.99. This machine final price is $7.99, but you know, you can actually, if you're an early bird that pre-order this machine, you can get it for $5.99, $200 less. We've never done that. But we're doing it right now because the whole purpose of this machine is to make it accessible to more artists at $7.99 with 2 batteries, a carrying case, and wait a second, I think I have the carrying case right here, so I want to show you. Let me show it to you. So this is not where we do the mass production. This is R&D. So everything we manufacture here is kind of like our playground for new products. And we do some of the first, you know, thousands or hundreds of parts. Where is the case? Look where it is. I have it right here. Let me show it to you. And the computer working on some stuff still. But let me show it to you. So I'm gonna remove this calipers out of the way. So yeah, and I think this is the first time we're showing the actual product per se. So let's actually talk about this. Oh, why we have the installation? Because we also do a lot of machine testing. So this room is actually acoustic, so we can hear the machine, the motor, everything. So you hear everything here. And to insulate from the back. So this is the box. So this machine comes with this awesome box for $5.99 until December the 30th, or maybe sooner, depending, you know, if we sell the stock that we separated for the sale. So we have the machine right here, and it comes in this box. I'll show you around, give you an unboxing. I don't remember if I put the machine here, so maybe there's nothing, but at least I have the box. I think I did put a machine in here. So this is rubber, this is rubber. So you can actually wipe this thing really nice. This is also rubber, you know, our logo. And this is what you are gonna get if you pre-order right now at fkirons.com. And Save $200 on the FK1. So let me see. Yeah, no, indeed, I don't have the machine. So I'm gonna put the machine so you see what it will look like. And something, oh, there you go. So this is the machine. This is how it comes. This is the charger. The 2 batteries come here. Let me show you. So 2 batteries right there. Actually, the case is smaller. This is not the right case. But again, just to give you an idea, I think it's more than enough. So this is what it comes in the machine. And right over here, there are gonna be samples of our disposable grip. So, you know, when you get the machine, you also get to use, I think it's 1 or 2 disposable grips for this machine, which is the same disposable grip for the Flux. And it has this padding also right over here. So right in this place, you have the dual charger for the battery. So you can always have 2 batteries charging while 1 is working. The machine comes with 2 batteries for $5.99 until December, until April 30th, and then it's $7.99, which is still like a really, really good price. As you can see, we manufacture everything here. You know, all parts of the machines are made here. And this is the cable, so you get everything you need. So you plug this in the charger, and then you plug this to a USB-C port, and that's how you power your machine. So here's the machine, and over here is going to be the sample disposable grip. So yeah, really cool actually. You know, I'm sure there's gonna be some literature that's gonna come also in the box, some instruction, you know, all that stuff for all that stuff that we love to never read and toss in the garbage. But I recommend you actually read, because there are a lot of important things about this machine. One of them is actually the type of battery that you should use, because while you have the liberty of using you know, batteries off the shelf, we designed this machine to work with Panasonic, and there's some properties of the battery Panasonic, for example, the clearance of this button versus the installation right here, that you may not find it compatible with this system, and that actually applies for other electronics. So that's why we recommend that you use this Panasonic batteries or Panasonic equivalent batteries, and then you're not going to have any problem. As you see, turn on, the machine boots up. You know, I can start tattooing whenever I want with this machine. It's pretty quiet, pretty silent. And I was mentioning in the other video, so one of the things that we have done in this machine to actually extend battery life for almost about another hour is we loosen some of the tolerances of the slider that pushes the needle and some of the other things, because right now the whole stabilization of the system is being achieved by the spring of the needle. Whereas before, you know, we always want the machine to sound perfect, but what happened is when the machine sounds perfect, everything is super tight. Super tight means closer tolerances. So a machine by nature would draw more current. But now this machine, once you put a cartridge, I mean, it sounds good already, but when you put a cartridge, the machine is just silent. Like, is it on? Yeah, it's on. So it's really, really, really silent. And again, you know, it all depends also with the type of cartridge you use. Some cartridges tend to be a little bit more noisier by nature. But this is the one right now. I'm using the Vertex. This is, I believe, 3 or 5 round liner. These are the nanos, which are super elongated, and these are good for like pointillism, line detail work, mini tattoos, and all that stuff, where you get great visibility because the tool is super skinny. If any of you guys have any questions, showcase them right here. There is actually something new on Instagram where I can actually broadcast some of you questions. So type a question and may broadcast it, and you know, we can actually discuss this machine, or if you have a specific question or, you know, inquiry regarding the machine. So let me show you right now. FKR in Brazil, what's going on? Our folks of FKR in Brazil's live with us. So right now, and this started, when did it start? On the 14th until April the 30th, you can get this beautiful machine for $5.99, which is a machine that is going to go right after for $7.99. And it comes in this beautiful waterproof box, not submergible, but waterproof, because everything is synthetic. It's not made out of fabric or a woven material that can actually be hard to clean. So this, you can clean it and sanitize it all around. And it comes, you know, look at that, the zippers say FK irons, everything. Like, we really went out light on this one. And it has a handle, so you can carry this to the convention, open it again for you, and voila, that's the machine. I'm not the best packer, so I just put it there, but I'm sure it's gonna come really pretty. Our shipping crew are the wizard at making things look uber incredible. And right over here, we're gonna have some disposable grips or literature, the manual or something like that. I don't remember what it was that we're gonna have there. But you have your 2 batteries there with a carrying case for the batteries, the charger, and the whole thing. So yeah, when you go to a convention or you go to tattoo, do a guest spot somewhere, close this thing, and you're ready to go. So go to fkirons.com right now. And what's up, Zeke? Go to fkirons.com right now, and yeah, you can get your machine for an unbeatable price. Still made here in the United States, Miami, Florida. We're making it right now as we speak. I'll show you how we make it because we're cutting some parts right now. So Drew Baby 85 says, let me see if, oh no, there you go. Anyone? Okay. So it said, Drew Baby 85 said, are you moving away from the Flux Max battery now? We're not moving away from that system. Obviously, that is the most premium, in fact, easy to handle system, because the battery stays in the thing and all you need is a USB-C cable, whereas here, if you want to charge the battery, you need a computer? Okay, Ivan needs a computer. I just hijacked his computer. I'm gonna go this computer. There you go. Working late. So yeah, no, we're not moving away from that. And again, that if you already have a Flux system, you're gonna, already, it's just super simple to plug a cable and go. So a Powerball has the charger built in, so you don't have to carry a charger with you, so it's always with you, and that what makes it so easy. And the Powerball 2 Plus has the screen, the eGift feature, the timer, and all the functions of the menu. You can flip the screen if you're lefty, righty, in the whole 9 years. So that's gonna be top of the line. Let me see, any other questions here? So people, yeah, a lot of people are calling for a Scion 2. And you never know. Are we gonna make a Scion 2 wireless? What do you think?
Yes.
Maybe one day. Yeah. It's a thought, And we continue to sell a lot of Scions because, Scion's great machine that has the mechanical give. All right, so that was that question. Let me see any other questions here, because I know I gotta go up. All right, so Adam Darklord say, let's see the grip on the Flux Max. Do we have a Flux Max here?
The grip? Yeah.
No, the machine, because someone wants to see the grip on a Flux Max. This is Adam Darklord. Adam Darklord. Let me show you. This is the guy that snaps all my lives and makes YouTube video. He's a cool dude, actually, because he's pretty positive. I like his energy. Cool channel. Follow him. I saw a couple of your videos the other day. Pretty good stuff. At decoding what we're up to. So if you want to know about the tattoo intelligence, follow Adam Darklord YouTube channel. Wow, what a plug, bro. Good work. Credit due where's due. So this is a Flux, this is a Flux Max with the grip of the one. It looks actually really good. The grips are compatible, so you're gonna be able to use it in any machine. And I can see Adam Darkler taking a screenshot. Screenshot this. There you go. Probably tomorrow he's gonna make a YouTube video about compatibility, which is cool. Thank you for the works. There you go. Ooh, yeah. And I'm gonna show you both grips. This is raw. I mean, this one is one of the probably early prototypes. But when it comes to geometry and size, they're a little bit similar. Yeah, this one's still a little bit bulkier, bigger, and it has way more machine time. As you can see, those things, the diamond cut stuff. And this thing, oh boy, this is done with 3D machining, meaning that a ball goes like that and creates the so it takes a lot of time. This one is a tool that goes like done, done, done. This one has to be sculpted, hence why the script, this machine costs a little bit more. But the other thing that I want to address is that, so is this a lesser of a machine than a Flux Max? Is this a cheaper machine? Well, depending what cheap means to you. If it's a machine that is more accessible dollar-wise, yes. In terms of performance, this machine will perform as good as a Flux or Flux Max in terms of how the ink gets laid on the skin. That's the main thing. Now, of course, the Flux Max has all the digital features, the convenience of simply plugging a USB-C cable. You can also charge while tattooing with a Flux Max. Do not recommend you do it because, USB-C connector wasn't made for being yanked around. But yeah, you could do that if you're careful. We do not endorse it, but don't tell anyone, but you kind of can if you're careful. But this one, you got to remove the battery. So, you have to have the charger somewhere, and the charger has to be plugged to a USB-C, either transformer or computer or stuff like that. So Flux Max is always going to be kind of like your iPhone 14 Pro Max. And I wonder why the script is here, because for some reason it didn't fit. So over here I have a lot of parts that don't work. So that not work, and also like a bunch of 3D printing crap that we made in the past. But yeah, just wanted to show you the box. The machine is finally here with a new board, so everything is ready to go. Tomorrow reassembling more units. We assemble a bunch of units that I have over there. We also, in the next building next door, is where assembly is. We have a lot more machines, and thank you for the pre-orders. So there are a few thousands of pre-orders so far, and that's the reason why we may actually have to kaput the $5.99, because obviously that's a little bit more than what we expected to sell this week. But you guys deserve, especially if you already own some of our machines, you know what you are up to against. This is going to be a product that is going to give you power, reliability, FK irons quality, at a price that, $5.99. I don't think there is anything else from none of our reputable manufacturers from all around the world at that price point, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, it could be the first machine wireless, for that price. Of course, you have products from AliExpress and Amazon that are a lot cheaper. Some of them, they're fairly okay, but this one made by us, which we made a couple of machines across our career as builders. So I'll show you one more time before I go back to the shop in the back. FK iron case, FK1. You get all this for $5.99. Yeah, I wish these exist when I started tattooing. Would have been so nice to own one of these. All right, so let me see. More questions? So what's the plan with the FK2 and the future of this machine? Okay, that's a good question. How do you know about the FK2? Who told you about that? Maybe I said something? I don't remember. So FK1, let's talk about it. So why FK1? Because it's the first machine that we make with a system, with a flashlight drop-in type of battery. And obviously when we create a product, we, as we get to the end of the product, we have ideas for a second product. And there will be an FK2, which I don't know what it will look like yet, because we haven't designed it. We were still trying to, build parts and manufacture and ship and test and do the right things with this one. But I think that we will have, this line of FK1, 2, 3, whatever, how many machines we want to do, a line that, is going to have just the basic features to, help you push the needle and lay pigment in a very simplistic approach with tons of power, no limitations when it comes to what you could do with a machine. And then, we have the Flux line, which is the line that is pretty much kind of like the pinnacle of what we manufacture right now, with all the good features that you may like or may not like, because some people may like simplicity, hence why these machines now exist. So yeah, that's it. So actually there is no roadmap on the upcoming machines that may be derived from this, Adam, but we're always listening. And this machine is the response of a lot of you guys asking us for a much more accessible machine. Hey, I don't need the e-gift, I don't need the screen, I really just go by sound. I just want a machine that will help me create great tattoos with my great art and will not slow me down. So here you got it. So let's see, are you ship APO? If we're gonna be shipping right now, this is baby blue. We're gonna start shipping soon. Okay, let's see, motor difference. This is Manny Eco Tattoos. He's asking, what's the difference about this motor than the other motors? Let me show you the motor. So there are differences. I have kind of like half of the motor here, but there are differences. The main difference is that we use in the Flux lines line brushless. Those are motors that perform really well. And the main difference between a brushless motor and a brush motor, which is the one that the one uses, is that the commutation. The commutation is the motion of the motor, right? That commute means to move and rotate the motor. With brushless motor is done digitally, meaning that there are no brushes touching a commutator. So a commutator is a sequence of plates that the motor has brushes, positive and negative, and magnetizes a stage of a coil, and it causes the motor to shift a bit. And then when it shifts a bit, there's another commutator, another plate making contact now, and it makes it spin again. And it does it over and over. So commutators have sequence of plates all around, and it causes the motor to shift. The motor kind of like shifts and stop, right? But then the next commutator catches on and makes it spin. Just to, give you an idea. And there are magnets that actually repel or attract. And remember the magnetic field that's created by the coil, and that's how it spins. So with brushes, you have a mechanical commutation of the motor, meaning the spinning of the motor gets done by a mechanical process. Now, brushless motor, they are 100% digital. Instead of having a commutator and commutator plates, you usually have a bunch of coils and magnets. And the commutation, the rotation, is done electronically. So there is software and electronics that tells the motor how to spin. And there's something called a Hall effect sensor that detects the position of the motor when it spins. And because there is a sensor reading when the motor moves, there are a lot of things that you could do with a motor electronically. Benefits and disadvantages from both technology. Well, the main disadvantage is the price. Brushes are more expensive, but there's a reason why. They're much more complex to build, and they have more parts. Yes, more parts. Because it has more magnets, whereas a brushless motor is much more simplistic approach, kind of like your RC car type of old school motor. As a DC motor, now obviously these are cordless, much different, but still the principles are exactly the same thing. So, for example, brushless motor, the ones that most people use, which are the Fallhaber motors, the ones on the Flux, the one on, all the popular tattoo machines, about $1,000. They have a housing that's made out of plastic, and I think that's because of the magnets. Although they are motors that are brushless with metallic housing, but whatever. So the ones that we use, they have a plastic housing instead, right? Those are the ones that all the most popular machines with brushless motor right now using from Fallhaber. And it's kind of like one of the few. Then there's the Maxim one that is an outrunner, meaning that the outside of the motor spins, so you kind of have to house it somewhere because the outside of the motor spins. That's why, you know, those are much more rare to be seen and a little bit more difficult to use, but they exist, and there are a couple of machines that use those. Now, this one, we built it ourselves. We designed it ourselves. And, you know, we picked a lot of the properties that we wanted in the motor, and we figured out, you know, everything that we need to figure out for a motor to be DC, at the same time have great torque, and at the same time have great battery life autonomy. So this machine and the brushless motor, they're going to have a very similar battery life. So the current that they draw is very similar at a specific voltage. And I don't want to sound like I'm talking Chinese right now, or a language that you don't understand. But, I mean, of course, if you speak Chinese, you understand. But it's just different. And I don't think there is positive or negative in any of technologies, because some of the technologies are... you know, some of the technologies may be good depending on the application, but in the event of DC motor, all the machines that we've designed in the past, they are actually DC motors. You know, the Halo, the Direct, the Edge, the Ejects, the Scion, and some of the cosmetic machine, they use DC motors, and you know, some of those motors are still running until these days, guys. So, yep. All right, so. Drew Baby 85, love the Flux Max, man. Put my, I'm not gonna mention that brand. I'm not gonna trash another brand here. There are a lot of great brands and there are preferences, but he put another machine down for the Max. That's fine, you know. And I'm sure that someone probably put a Max down for the other brand, but good, man. I really appreciate the support. So after boring you guys with motor brushes, no brushes, you know, may have made sense for some of you guys, may not for some of those, but some people want this in Spanish. I will make a video in Spanish. Can you make a foam that can be customized with can you make a foam that can be customizable with multiple machines? Oh, you mean the foam for this case? We actually have some cases out there that you can actually use in any machine. Check them out on the website, fkarons.com. So someone is asking if the warranty is 1 year for repair or exchange. We only exchange things if they are manufacturing issues, and usually that happens, you know, when you receive the machine, but we don't exchange your machine a year later because something happened. We service those products if something happened, if that's the question. The same disposable grip for, yeah, so Zeke is saying here, so all the grips will work for all the machines. Flux grips will work in these machines. And what else? En español, bro. Voy a hacer un video en español. Okay, let me see. Okay, now there are a lot of questions. I can't keep up with all of them, so let me see. Wow. We need the battery pack like the ones that guides the others. Like the one that guides the other. I don't know what that means, but if you can actually, sorry, I'm so tired right now. Show us the motor of the new machine. All right, so this is what I'm gonna do, guys. I'm gonna pop in again. I just gotta go take care of some stuff back there with the guys. I'll be back. I'll do a little bit, talk a little bit more about motors. And if you're like me, maybe not going out on Friday, having a beer, just have a beer for me. We'll have a chat in a little bit. Take care.